from my personal experiences in the Canadian comedy industry, from my personal experiences, this diversity play here in Canada feels like it leans more on the side of tokenism than it does on actual true diversity. And my reason for saying this is because my own personal experiences. So we have an audition system here, like everywhere else, to get on the industry side of things. You audition for industry people. They see you. You either do good or you don't. And based on that, you come back next year and try and audition again. And that's how you get on the festivals. That's how you get on network TV in Canada and all that shit. So I've been doing comedy for 13 years. I have had my fair share of auditions, and I will be as transparent as I can. This is literally all just for transparency, which is hilarious because the festival is just for laughs. This is just for transparency. I have had multiple years where my audition was so fucking good, it was like buzz. It was like talk of the town type shit good. It was so good that I was told by show producers and comics and audiences, which audience in this respect, your opinion doesn't matter on the industry side of things. But even them, they recognize it's like, yo, you did so good. Like, and this is at least 3 or 4 auditions where I've done so goddamn good that the comics after me were shitting their pants. I was being told by show producers, by all these people, it's like, this is your year, you're gonna make it, da 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 da. And I don't. And I always set my expectations properly. Even though I'm told this, I don't necessarily believe it, you know? But that happened time and time again, you know? And eventually, you just start seeing who is making it. And of course, there's exceptions to what I'm saying. There are, and of course, these people are all talented, but there's like a cap. You know what I mean? When we're talking about diversity, and then we're talking about festivals where you're promoting the funniest and the funniest of diverse, the critiques that I would get for some of the years was that like I would black it up too much. I would say the N-word too much or this and that. And again, just for transparency, because I got to be honest with myself too. For the first few years of my career, bro, the nigga, like the word nigga flew out of my mouth on stage every other fucking word. It was crazy. It was insane. And even an audition or two, I was in that mode. But I've definitely had enough auditions where it wasn't that, but I would still be told this is like, yo, you got to calm it down with the, like, what I would be told was that you say the N-word too much and it doesn't play well for white audiences in Canada. So then what I like, and then that would happen enough. And then I eventually would start to see the people that they would put on and what their content was. And granted, again, there are exceptions to the rule, but in Canada, there aren't that many melanated comics, I'll say, that lean so heavy into the Def Comedy Jam deep end of the comedy pool as much as me and some others, you know? And I guess that's just not what they want. That's how I take it. Because you can't, like, bro, I've sold out theaters on my own. I've done my comedy special. I have the credits for the festivals. I have this and that. But it's like when I started to see the material that would get passed and then realize, I'm like, yo, this doesn't feel like true diversity. And I want to boil it down to this. If you're telling me that I can't say the N-word that much, then what the fuck, what diversity do you need from me? Because what I started to see was like the tokenism shit. The tokenism shit is what plays. Whether you're black, whether you're female, whether you're LGBTQ+, whatever it is, the major play. And this is the part that irks me, and I have to be honest about this shit. And this isn't about fucking race baiting or any of that shit. It is what it is. For the years since diversity has been a real topic and obvious fucking point of what's the word? Well, just a big subject and a thing that people have been trying to correct, quote unquote. This diversity play has been tokenism from day one. Because the majority of what I'm seeing, unless unless these people are American. And this is the problem, man. The American comedians and the comedians internationally, they get to come into our festivals, the Canadian festivals, and say and do and be whatever they are. And there's plenty of room for them. And the problem is that when the comedian that posted that photo of the Just for Laughs Toronto poster that showcased all American acts, and then in tiny letters you could see all the rest of the names, and there's the Canadian names and all that shit, but not one picture was advertised of a Canadian comedian. And when that does happen, they're already internationally famous. They're not actually promoting any new acts publicly. What they do is they have little shows here and there. They let the Canadian comedians open up for the bigger American acts. Ooh, thank you. Which is, again, it's not a small deal. I don't want to discredit it. It's not a small deal, but like, put some pride behind us. But you know what I mean? And the problem is that these are funded by the government and shit. So these are grant funded projects and festivals. So that means that they're mandated to have a certain percentage of Canadian acts on their fucking shit. So from my perspective and from a lot of comics' perspective, it looks like we're being used to get this grant money, and they promote the fuck out of the American acts, and then we get thrown on as like side pieces that aren't even really fully considered by the Canadian industry, by the American industry. They're mostly there for the American acts, and they 100% mostly promote the American acts. You can't tell me. But then, you'll throw subliminals and jabs and shit saying that, hey, look at what we're doing for the locals and shit. Look at what we're doing for the Canadian comics. It's like, promote them then. I love that you're giving them shows. I love that. That's good. That's absolutely good. But it's like, come on, let's actually fucking put some money behind putting these faces up on billboards and shit, letting Canadians know who we are before we have to leave. And then Americans say, hey, these guys are good. And now Canadians are like, oh my God, they're actually really good. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's not like, nah, bro, that's not the way. That's not the way. This is the way, and that's not the way. So to just wrangle myself back in, it's like the tokenism thing, I truly feel is real, because when I'm being told that I say the N-word too much, but I'm absolutely demolishing my showcases year after year after year, I don't actually think you're really looking to put me on your festival, because what I see you do put on your festival is Black immigrants that are talking about their immigrant struggles, is LGBT people that are talking about their LGBT struggles, is women talking about their women's struggles. Why does it always have to be for us, our struggles and shit? That's what you want to fucking hear? That's not diversity. That's tokenism. That's tokenism. And then you're going to have a bunch of white dudes just come and perform whatever the fuck they want, or you're going to have a bunch of American acts just come and perform whatever they want, because there's no mandate for them. But for us, we got to jump through all these goddamn hoops. That's tokenism. When you can see Black people, when you can see women, when you can see LGBT people just saying regular shit, hey, I fucking stubbed my toe and here's a joke about it, then, but when everybody that you're putting on that has a fucking diversity play attached to them has a struggle or has some sort of fucking, bro, I watched some of these fucking people that they were promoting at this year's festival. It was so wild, bro. They don't actually care about comedy. Anyways, Dante, don't fucking leave, because this is what happens. What's up, beautiful people? Thank you for watching this. If you like that, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification button. We got new podcast episodes every Wednesday, comedy clips and segment clips throughout the week. Follow me. I'm aka Black Zeus on all social media. Dante is Person1Prod. And, stay beautiful. Peace, peace.